From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Well, good morning, everyone. Of course, as we kind of wake up early in the morning, these are the latest fire perimeters that are coming in, and they're mainly from late last night. So this is the latest fire perimeter here for the head fire here early this Saturday morning. Now, one thing to keep in mind is sometimes there's an update later in the morning or mid-morning. And unless there's a major increase in any of these, the size of these fires, there's really going to be no need to really give an update after this. Now, I'll probably do another fire perimeter map just in case for the evening update. As you know, I only do 2 updates on weekends. So for the evening update, I'll probably have another updated fire perimeter maps here as well. Keep in mind too that these numbers are approximate when we're talking about the overall distance to these communities. So just keep that in mind. So let's get right to it. Horace Creek approximately 2.6, about 9 miles to Klamath River, and the south side of the fire about 0.8 miles from Scott Bar. Let's take a look at the head fire off to the north and west now, and there you can see as we head out to Syed Valley about 7.5 miles and about 15.5 miles from Happy Camp, so still pretty long distance there. And we take you out to the south side of the fire now, over 20 miles to Edna, 13.3 miles from Fort Jones and 17.9 miles from Wairika, again approximate. Now we take you out to the deep fire, and there you can see for Coffee Creek 14.8, 10.8 in Trinity Center, Covington Mill about 6.6 miles, and for the Trinity Alps Resort 4.1 miles. And taking you down to the south now, here you can see for Helena, here's the south side of that perimeter of the deep fire, 13.6 miles, as well as Junction City, and 12.3 miles to about Weaverville. All right, let's talk about the smoke. And I am expecting any of the smoke that we do see this morning to dissipate and probably move off to the north and west. But in the meantime, there may still be some haze out there as we go through the afternoon, but most of the smoke through the afternoon will be off to the north and west. Meanwhile, we take you out to Sunday morning, a little bit of haze and maybe some smoke, especially for the north end of the valley, but otherwise you're looking at most of the smoke off to the north and west. And again, mainly in the vicinity of where the fires are. So here's the deal. We've got more thunderstorms, more lightning in the forecast this afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, unfortunately. But what we can be excited about is the fact that we do have cooler temperatures in the forecast. It may not feel like it today. It's still going to be pretty hot, close to 100 degrees for the north end of the valley like Redding, but maybe more like the mid-90s for places like Chico. But I think you're going to like that temperature trend that we'll see for Redding, because there are going to be some significantly cooler temperatures in there. And so we've got below normal highs through next week. So here's what it looks like today. As I was saying, it's not going to be so cool today. It's going to be pretty hot. Temperatures near 100 for Redding and Red Bluff, and about 96 degrees in Chico. But dry conditions and mainly sunny skies. I've got the lightning strikes in there, mainly this afternoon, starting off dry and sunny this morning. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 80s for places like Modoc and Siskiyou County, and mid to upper 80s out in the East Mountains. Okay, so let's take a look at Futurecast. Here you can see this morning, there may be a little bit of light activity in some places, but really for the most part, we'll start to see through the afternoon, thunderstorms begin to pop up. What you'll notice, these storms aren't very strong, so they're going to be few and far between. Many of us will make it through the day in the mountains without even seeing a drop of rain, without even seeing any thunderstorms, and several others will. Then we go into tonight at about 8 p.m., and there's actually a disturbance that'll be pushing through on the east side of the low pressure system, and that will bring some showers and maybe some thunderstorms in the eastern mountains, and maybe even close to Siskiyou County. And you'll notice it kind of starts to progress to the north and west. Now what's interesting is, this is midnight tonight. Now we'll take you to tomorrow morning about 6 a.m. Look at this. We actually might see some activity Sunday morning for the valley, most of it off to the east here, but some thunderstorms. And again, this is Sunday morning. So this is a disturbance rotating around the area of low pressure that could bring us some of those thunderstorms. Now we go into noon on Sunday, and there you can see, of course, still maybe some activity here for the valley before it kind of scoots off to the east, and then most of the thunderstorms off into places like Siskiyou County. And then by Sunday night, most of it's gone. But look at this down to the south and east here. This right here is remnants from Hurricane Hilary. Now look at this big swath of moisture. This is where all the heavy rain is. This is where the much lighter rain is, obviously. So, unfortunately, this heavy rainfall basically heading due north. All we're going to get out of it is a little bit of rotation, and it's going to bring us some light showers as we go into Monday, and that's it. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like a lot of rain coming into your Monday, or excuse me, your Sunday or your Monday. All right, so here's what it looks like. Here's your strength potential. So it's a Category 4 hurricane this morning, but it is expected to weaken as it goes into the colder waters of the Pacific, getting closer to Baja Peninsula. But what's interesting is it may still be a tropical storm as it hits Southern California. Now, that's a problem because for many reasons, right? For the fact that the winds will be strong, so we could be talking about some wind damage, but the heavy rainfall, torrential downpours. We're talking about the potential for some flooding, mudslides, debris flows. And it's not just Southern California, but Baja Peninsula, Mexico. I mean, it's going to be a mess down there. So we're going to be hearing more and more about damage. There's going to be the high swells along the coast as well with those gusty winds. So a lot to really monitor here as we do go into Sunday. So this is going to be, again, the areas in red, the heavier rainfall, and then more heavy rainfall up to the north. But see where we are? Yeah, we're where that lighter rain is, unfortunately. Here's your 10-day trend. Remember I was saying you're going to like that 10-day trend? Look at this. I think most of you will. We're going from 99 today down to 87 by Monday. I don't think I hear anyone complaining, right? Temperature's going back up, but we're going to stay in the low to mid 90s through the rest of next week and even into that next weekend. So no major heat waves heading our way anytime soon. We certainly did deserve it, especially after what we saw last week. Here's what we have for today. We could touch 100 degrees for Redding and Red Bluff, otherwise mid-90s southward, dry conditions today. And then, of course, you've got the showers and thunderstorms. Now, you saw on Futurecast the potential for some activity Sunday morning. Now, I don't have that indicated on the 7-day forecast, which you'll see here in a second for the Valley, but just bear in mind that that's something we did see. Here's a look at your 7-day outlook for Mount Shasta, Alturas, and Susanville. So today, tomorrow, isolated thunderstorms. That's going to be the case here for everyone in the mountains through the weekend. On Monday, there will be a chance for showers, including maybe even some leftover showers on Tuesday before it dries out Wednesday through Friday. But you'll notice too, even for the mountains, we're talking about significant drops. Temperatures dropping down to the low 70s for Alturas, 71 degrees for Susanville, back up in the low 80s by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. All right, so let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for the Valley. What you're going to see here is that we're going to be looking at mainly dry conditions over the weekend. However, you saw that on Futurecast, that maybe Sunday morning, we could be looking at showers, maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. This is something we're going to have to watch here as we go into Sunday morning. And then, of course, as we go into Monday, you've got the remnants from Hillary that could have a slight impact on our weather, giving us a slight chance for showers. And then it dries out after that and cools down. We're down into the 80s for your Monday and Tuesday before we're back up in the mid-90s by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And, of course, looking at those sunny skies here as we take you into next week.